So this week was crazy. On Monday, I just had my hair up in a bun, barely enough time to get my makeup on. Usually I try and do it before the kids go to school, like before we have to get out of the house, but that day it wasn't happening. So this was Tuesday actually when I was able to have enough time to drop off the kids at school, and then come back and do my makeup and hair before my client. So here is just me doing my makeup in peace because the kids were already at school and daycare. So I generally, for me, I like to use two different color foundations and mix them together to get my proper shade. And I actually put a little moisturizer in it to kind of make it more of a tinted moisturizer type of feel than too much coverage. Where I'm working, I have to still wear a mask where I live, so I don't like to have too much makeup on just so I don't like break out and whatnot because you're wearing it all day. So I tend to go more on the minimal side for makeup, just in general for every day. So a little bit of foundation, some concealer under my eyes. Usually I like to fill in my eyebrows a little bit. Eyeliner and mascara. That's basically all I do right now unless I'm going out for like a night out. So then I head downstairs to the salon once I'm done my makeup. So the first things I usually do is get everything set up, and I'll plug everything in, turn my lights on, get my music on, which is like a must-have. And yeah, sometimes I have to fold towels in the morning. I try and usually get my laundry part of it done the night before. And get all that put away because there's quite a bit of laundry to do. Yeah, so then once I get all that plugged in, then I'll sit down and actually do my hair. Now again, this just depends on how much time I have that morning. So this day I actually had a little bit of time before my first appointment. So I had enough time to curl it, which was wonderful. And then I'll usually curl it one day and then kind of rock however it get slept on and just pin here and there where I need to and do a few touch-ups. But then that way I'm only doing a big curl one day. So I section my hair into two sections because I want to keep my sections bigger when I'm doing my curls so that it's nice and loose and kind of lived in. If you wanted something tighter or your hair doesn't hold a curl, then doing smaller sections would be better for you. My hair holds it pretty good, so two sections is usually big enough. So I take about right behind my ear and do big sections there, but kind of that same consistent section all the way around. I always curl away from my face, and then I'll do the odd one the opposite direction in the back just to give it some texture and difference. I always leave the ends out a little bit so that they stay kind of straighter, which gives it that wavier look. Okay, and then so what I like to do, so I always tend to let my hair air dry these days just out of ease, but also for the sake of my hair. So I do get a little bit kind of bumpiness on the top, which is where I kind of focus my attention. To save myself from using a bunch of different tools, I'll take my curling iron and use it almost as if it was a flat iron and just kind of run it through once, maybe twice, to kind of smooth out that root so it's not too bumpy. But I don't mind a little bit of kind of natural wave being there because I think it also gives it a little more texture to it, kind of making it look more natural, more wavy, because I want that kind of messier look and not be too perfect. So I'll do that quick, a little pass through. It just kind of helps with a little bit of the frizz as well. And then I go in and I do the same thing I did to the bottom with a bit of curls. And then once I'm done that, I will either use a wet brush or a big wide tooth comb. Now normally I prefer the brush, but the comb was close by. So I brush out my curls like this. Sometimes I'll just use my fingers depending on what I have near me. But I brush out the curls and then I'll go in and get a smooth out product to kind of help with any frizz and perfect it. So today I was using this Bedhead After Party cream. It's actually my go-to almost every day. You only need a little bit. A little goes a long way. So I always start, I mush it in my hands and I start on my ends, work it through my ends really good, and then I'll bring it up to my root, but really just with whatever excess is on my hands. You don't want to put too much at your root or it will get like super greasy and you don't want that. So I run it through everywhere, piece it out. It really helps to take down any fuzz that might be on your ends, but it doesn't give you like a really weighed down, gross feel on your ends. So I just kind of do that, and I always rough it up in the back and kind of rough up at my root just to give me a bit of volume as well. And then sometimes I'll go in with a hairspray as well. So this is the Amika Touchable hairspray, which I love because it's nice and lightweight and it doesn't weigh your hair down. I don't actually use hairspray every day. I'll just use it when, like, for fancy occasions or if I really want my curls to hold. But on a typical day, I kind of like as it falls out, I like the look it gives, so I don't put over a lot of product. So I didn't get as much shots of my clients as I would have liked. I tend to forget to. This client was covering up some gray and wanted some highlights just to brighten it up. So after every client, I generally have to clean the entire salon. So sweeping, putting everything away, sanitizing the chair, kind of everything that the client would have touched or anything like that. So we got to sanitize everything, sanitize my combs, sweep, get a new cape, new towels, the whole shebang. We use a new one for each client. So just kind of getting everything tidy and prepared for the next client. This was one of my clients I had who had a deep wine color, which I'm completely obsessed with. Like, it's unbelievably gorgeous. For winter, it's the perfect color. So we did her solid covering up some gray. And I'm in love with this foil job I did as well, which was just some blonde to blend in some gray as well as some low lights, which I think turned out awesome. Okay, so update. And so today's my third full day in the salon. It's been very busy, but really awesome. I always love this time of year just because it's so busy, but there's also so much to talk about with Christmas and so much excitement and happiness. So hopefully everything goes off without a hitch for all my clients. I haven't had a ton of shots of in the salon for you guys this week. I'm really horrible at taking pictures and videos of my clients because I usually forget to. But I tried to snap a few here and there. One more full day in the salon, and then the Christmas wrapping starts. So we have not started any, and I mean like not a single present has been wrapped yet. So I definitely got to get on that train, which hasn't happened yet. So we're hoping, I'm very much hoping that I'll be able to get that all done tomorrow, if not the day after. So I'll be working late tomorrow, so probably not. But I'm hoping to get it all done on Christmas Eve. Usually our tradition is to do it on Christmas Eve with like a nice fire and a Christmas video and stuff. So we'll see if that ends up happening. But yeah, you know, I hope you guys all had a Merry Christmas. And I've obviously been slacking on the fitness journey. I'm going to be completely real with you guys. It's so hard to keep healthy while you're busy. So we are going to jump back on the health train next week.
and we're gonna go full force and we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. So a lifesaver for me this week has been eating the bag salads that you can get at the grocery store. Especially the ones, like I try and get the ones with like kale and cabbage. And I know this dressing probably isn't the best, especially if you talk to like a professional. But for me, I love it because I know I'm getting my vegetables in. So that's huge for me because that just makes me feel better, you know, and then it sets me on a good start for the rest of the day. I've been trying to drink my water, but again, I'm not great at drinking all the water I'm supposed to drink. But I've done pretty good. So like, that's not horrible. Anyways, Merry Christmas, everybody. I hope you have an amazing holiday, and join back with me next week, and hopefully we can ride this health journey of life and everything all together. All right, Merry Christmas.